How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Sage Vintage Sound. My name is Maxwell. Very lovely of you to join us here today. So today we're going to be talking about analog obsession. Analog obsession is a person, it's only a man making all of these plugins, and his name is Ridvan Kuchik. He's a man from Turkey, and he has a self-proclaimed analog obsession. He quenches this obsession by creating very high-quality plugins that are available for free for everybody to use. Alright, so this is their website, and as you can see, it's a little bit different of a layout than your traditional plugin developer. You've got your different categories of processing here, and clicking on one of these links will take you to the Patreon page. Of course, the installer links are still free. Now, I will say there's some of the emulations that I'm not super crazy about. However, there are so many absolute hits that he puts out. Absolutely amazing, especially for free. Of course, I would always recommend that you support the creator, because that is an option. You can support him on Patreon. Yes, without further ado, let's go compare a couple of these plugins. Alright, so the first plugin we're going to be taking a look at is this Harcules, which is clearly a recreation of this Harrison 32C EQ. This EQ is very well known for its lustrous high-end, very great sounding high boosts. So I'll be shooting it out against the UAD Harrison 32C with the Analog Lab or Analog Obsession Harcules. Let's try a high boost on the Harcules first. Now they're very similar. They're very close to each other. This one just feels like straight Febreze. It's just very smooth, very straight up. This has a little bit of breaking up or something. There's something happening with the boost that is a little bit less than pleasing, but overall they're pretty close. Let's try to decorate out a little curve here. I will say the UAD, of course, sounds a bit cleaner and just overall well-rounded, but this is still an amazing sounding EQ. Let's hear the filters. very smooth filters on both of them. Once again, I would say the UAD probably wins. overall, but that being paid, this is not, that doesn't mean this isn't a great option. I would, of course, always recommend. All right, now the second plugin comparison we're going to be doing is this Tuba plugin, which is a recreation of the UA610 tube channel strip. I happen to use these plugins all the time. I love the way that they saturate the UAD 610A and 610B. I find that this one more resembles, this Tuba more resembles the 610A, what it has. So let's shoot these guys out. Let's start with the Tuba. Right out of the gate, the gain compensation is amazing, and UAD needs to take notes on that front, especially because we want those harmonics. We don't want all that gain, and that's exactly what this is giving, is just those harmonics and keeping the level where it needs to be. There may be some kind of bug with this version of the plugin. If anybody else has seen that or knows that, mic and the difference between mic and line, there's no audible difference. I've known that there have been errors before, so this may just be one of those cross-compatibility things. All right, let's go ahead and shoot that out against this 610. See, that's the difference I'm expecting to be hearing between mic and line on this Tuba here is it gets really smashy when you switch it over, but I guess that must just not be functional in this plugin, I guess. See, and that's where you'd bring in that pad. Is the pad sounds a little bit redundant in this case because yeah, the pad is more serving as an undo for any harmonics you're adding because mic and line aren't doing anything. So yeah, for subtlety or for extreme smashing, this UA definitely takes the cake for that one. As far as versatility, this sounds pretty good. I wouldn't call that. He's not calling it a 610, but I wouldn't. There's a pretty noticeable difference between them. However, still a great plugin. It's free. It's a good distortion, and I would recommend you check it out for yourself. Alright, so this third and final shootout demonstration I'll be doing is for this BritChannel, which is clearly a recreation of this Neve 1073 preamp. I'm very familiar with the hardware versions of these, and I use this plugin all the time, so I'm very interested to hear how this sounds. Let's start with the Brit Pre. Once again, with that gain compensation, that is great. That sounds great on here. Is you're just getting those harmonics. It's not making it excessively loud when you boost the gain. Just the preamp stage, that sounds great. Sounds very great. great sounding EQ. The Neve is another one of those things that's very renowned for its great sounding high end. Those transformers in there do a great job of getting a nice, clean, clear sound on that high end. Once again on this one, no real change in harmonics between mic and, I'm supposing it defaults to line on here. That really is a shame, because if that is doing something that I'm not seeing or hearing, then that's unfortunate. But let's go ahead and give this UAD a listen. See, that's where that gain compensation would have come in handy. It triggered the stopper, because adding gain just doubles your signal. See, that's what I was hoping to hear from these versions, was some kind of ability to crunch it like that. It doesn't seem to be working for me for whatever reason, but this is gonna have to take the cake once again, because you have that versatility. Right. So they sound a bit different from each other, and I would say with experience on the Neves, this obviously is more of a one-to-one recreation, but as you could hear, this still sounds, it's great. It's a great channel strip plugin. He's gracious enough to give these away for free, and hopefully you guys could be gracious enough to support him in his endeavors here, because I'm very, very impressed with what he's able to accomplish in these plugins. Alright, well those were the shootouts. These are just a couple of plugins of theirs that I think sound phenomenal, and I think are very much worth checking out. This first one here, Vari Moon, this is a tube limiter. Alright guys, well thank you for tuning in on that quick look at Analog Obsessions plugins. This guy makes phenomenal stuff. I definitely recommend going and supporting him on Patreon and checking out his plugins, of course. And that is it from me. Have a marvelous day. I'm Maxwell with Sage of Vintage Sound, signing off. So today, what are you doing, huh? Just want to hang out? That's okay. You can chill. You just want to be in the recording, you little shushki. You're so precious, girl. You're so cute. What are you doing? Today